Hello everybody and welcome to our top 100 games of all time in the year 2023, and we will get into it. I am Michael.
I'm Janela.
And we are gaming up with the Joneses. So I have done this list before last year, so I'll be able to tell you guys what I ranked it last year and if it has went up or down. This is Janela's first time doing this list, so it's going to be very interesting. And ladies first. With the number 100. Yep.
Okay.
And ladies first.
Okay. At number 100 for me, I have Dog Lover.
Oh, wow. We played Dog Lover at Denny's, and that's like the only time we played it together. I played it with a brother once after that, so I played it twice. And I think it's higher on my list, but we'll see.
Interesting.
My number 100 was my number 26 last year, so it dropped a lot.
Whoa.
74 spaces. It is Ultimate Werewolf, or whatever version of werewolf you want to call it.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's because there's so much more new social deduction games we played without player elimination and stuff that has kicked it off. It will be kicked off my 100 next year, I'm guaranteeing it, because it's on its way down. If you haven't played Werewolf, everybody gets a roll, and then you go through a round, and the werewolves decide to kill somebody. Everybody closes their eyes, and they're out of the game. So if you're playing a big group, you can be out of the game really early, and so it kind of hurts. There's other games like that on the list lower, so we'll get down to that. What is your 99?
My number 99 is Targi.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think it would make your 100.
This is a game that's like just fighting, and I don't really like a lot of fighting games. And it might have been also that you just beat me really bad.
I think
so.
Well, it's a low scoring game. It's like 27 to 22 or something, so if I remember right, something like that.
Yeah.
We only played it one time.
Yep, so definitely you should try it again and see what we think.
Yeah, Targi's really cool. I'll probably talk about that later too. So my 99 is Imperial Settlers. It is new to my list this year, and I've only played it one time. And the game it reminds me a lot of is Everdell. You have the worker placement just like that, I think, if I remember correctly. And the getting resources kind of the same way. Well, the card play part, not the tree or any of that stuff. But it is lower. Spoiler alert, I guess. The reason why is because the player interaction, you can go fight other people and like burn down their buildings or something that produce stuff. I can't really remember too much, it's been a while, but it kind of hurt my rating on it a bit because I was winning, and then on the last round everybody has one more action, and so all three people attacked me, and I ended up getting like third or fourth out of four. Like, I went from dominating the game to losing, and I don't like games like that punish the leader. That's not cool. So that's why it's lower, and that's my number 9, Imperial Settlers.
Yeah, I haven't played that game.
Nope.
Because you played it at the board game store, and I think I played a different game while you were playing that one.
Calico.
Right.
That's when you played Calico, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. At my 98, we have We Care. So this is a game where
You have hospital beds, and you're trying not to get too many patients, but you're trying to get rid of all the cards to win the game before all the other cards come to you or whatever.
Yeah, and each player has an ability so that they can use to help get rid of the little icons for the virus. But then there's also like cards that will make you like have to my goodness, I can't think. Quarantine. That's the word.
Oh, that hurts. And then you have to sit out for the round, so that's not cool.
Yeah, so that kind of hurts, but yeah. My 98, We Care.
That game did not make my top 100. My number 98 is The Quest for El Dorado. I have played this one time. It's also new to my list this year. And it is a deck building game where you're racing across an island, I guess. And you're trying to make it be the first player to make it from one point to the other. And you start off with some crappy cards that barely move you, like 1 space. But you can either play them to move, or you can play them as money to buy better cards, but then other people might go. There's a couple other things that can happen. If you reach certain places first, you have to take extra actions to like chop vines out of the way and stuff. So it's like, do I want to be in the lead or do I want to be like second? And you gotta, one thing I learned is you got to make sure that you stop deck building when you're like halfway through, because there's no reason to keep buying stuff. You need to start going, because everybody starts going like 15 spaces after that. Like it gets crazy. You play 4 cards and then yeah, that's your turn. So it's really easy. Dr. Reiner Knizia game. I think I'll like it more later on, so I could see it possibly going up on my list, but the first playthrough I played with, I was the newbie, so I got wrecked. So that kind of hurt it, but it still barely made my 100, and that is The Quest for El Dorado.
Did you play this on a Tabletop Simulator?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I was like, I don't ever remember you playing that at the board game store.
Nope.
Okay, at number 97, I have Munchkin.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. That's interesting.
I know, right? We haven't played this game in a long time. Like it was one of
years.
Yeah, it was one of the first games that we started playing. We took it to like a friend's house and played it quite a bit. But I don't know. I guess I just got tired of the backstabbing that you could do in the game. Yeah, it's been a little while.
The way I complained about Imperial Settlers, it's worse on Munchkin. If you're leading the game, you're going to lose, because everybody's going to use all their good cards on you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like stay in almost 3rd place, because 2nd place even, everybody still has stuff left and attacks them. So it's like stay in 3rd place, but like kind of work with people, try to get them on your good side for some reason. Got a little bit of that negotiation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right. It's got funny cards that make you laugh once in a while, but it's like an okay game, I guess.
Yeah, that's my 97, Munchkin.
Nice. Munchkin did not make my list. My number 97 is new to my list again, and we've only played this one time, and it is Cosmic Encounter. We really need to play this game again.
Interesting.
I actually don't even remember too much about it, but I do remember you're kind of forced to do whatever you draw. It's like, oh, I drew this guy, so I have to go like try to be on his planet, I think, if I remember correctly. But besides that person, you can ask other people, hey, you want to come help me attack this guy's planet? And they will too, because the whole point of the game is to colonize on other people's planets, and they'll be able to do it with you. So you kind of both get the exact same reward if you do that. And so that's kind of cool. There's like, I don't know how many, like at least 50 or more special, like different player powers you could be or whatever. And there's a lot. And they all have like really, really strong abilities. Like the one that won the game, he had like a zombie ability where he just kept bringing his stuff back like instantly, and it was really strong. But that's my number 97, Cosmic Encounter.
Okay, at my 96, I have Car Wars, the card game. I don't remember too much of this game. If I remember right, it's just cards that you have with your cars, and everybody has like a hand of cards, and you're drawing for more cards. I honestly can't remember.
You're like fighting each other like Twisted Metal or one of those games where you're basically playing a card to either defend yourself or to attack other players, and it's player elimination, last one standing wins. But you can escape and still possibly win. You can like escape the facility or whatever, and if you've already taken people out before that, you get to keep those points or something. So there's like some interesting things to it. But yeah, if you like cars shooting each other and stuff, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, my number 96, Car Wars, the card game.
All right, my number 96 was my number 57 last year, so it has dropped 39 spots, and it is NASCAR Champions board game. It's old game. Just like, I don't know if anybody's played Daytona 500. It's just like that game, but it's actually NASCAR IP. And yeah, you got 7 different NASCAR drivers you could choose from, and then you roll 5 dice on your turn. You get to pick 3, and you have to move those cars of that color up, so you can be helping opponents and yourself. But the whole point of the game is after two races to be the richest person. So that game's kind of fun. You can spin people out to make them have to spend a move action to spin back and all that. So if you like NASCAR, maybe you'll like it. It's not an amazing game, but it is pretty good. And that is my number 96 NASCAR Champions.
At number 95, I have Hive Pocket.
We played that a couple times.
Yeah, so it's it has
my number 95.
Oh my goodness. As the game says, this is a pocket version of the game Hive. So it comes in this little cute little pouch that you can take with you, and they're just cute little tiles of different types of insects that you're trying to place onto your little board. But it's just a 2-player game, and you're both trying to like place your stuff according to what the animal or the insect is. So I think there's a bee.
The point of the game is to surround the queen
your
bee,
opponent's.
the opponent's queen bee. So it's kind of like a hexagon chess kind of game without a board.
Yeah. My number 95, Hive Pocket.
Nice. That game I don't think made my list. 95. We just played this for the first time, so it is brand new to my list. Star Wars Villainous, Power of the Dark Side is my 95. And yeah, that game was interesting. I played as Darth Vader, and you played as, who did you play as? Kylo Ren.
Oh, duh.
Wow. And she ended up winning, but I was leading the game like the whole time, but I could not get Palpatine to his place, because he needs to get to his place and then defeat Skywalker to win, and I could not draw my Palpatine card. Every time I had it in my hand, she pulled the card that made me discard him, so I had to go through my whole deck to get to it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Was interesting.
Yeah, that was super cool, because you started off with Palpatine right off the bat. You said you had it in your hand, and then my very first card that I played against you made you get rid of it. Yep. So interesting game. You got 4 actions to choose from. You move your pawn to a different action every turn, and you do what it says. So I think there's 8 different symbols that can be different things that you can do on your turn, and each action has 4. But if another player plays a hero on your deck, then or on your board, then it takes away 2 of your actions on that spot. So you only get 2. So yeah, that is my number 95, Star Wars Villainous, Power of the Dark Side. At number 94, I have Hues and Cues. This game, you have like one board in the middle that literally has all the colors, and each player takes a turn. They have 2 cards each, or
1 card, but you have 4 spaces and you choose one of those spaces.
Okay, so yeah, you're choosing 1 space. The card will tell you what area of the board you're trying to have the other players guess, and then all the others, you'll give a clue. All the other players will take a turn, and
then you'll give a second clue, I
think so, yeah. We'll take a turn putting like this little cone on the board, and then it'll go again going the opposite direction, and then the point system just works on depending on how all the other players, let me think,
how close
they made it to where your card is telling you. So it's at 94 for me, just because I suck at giving clues, I guess, for the colors.
Oh yeah, because when you're the clue giver, you want people to get close because you get points for it too. That's why. Because everybody gets to do it twice, I think, in the game.
Yep. And I'm a bad clue giver, so.
I don't know. I kind of like the game because it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
just really interesting. You got to try to get as close as you can, but there's so many colors that look like it. So yeah.
Yeah, and even like stuff that you would think aren't controversial because it's literally a color. All the other players are like, no, she meant this, or no, well, it's this color, and no, it's this shade a little bit darker. Oh no, it's this shade a little bit lighter, and you're just like, it's this color. It's in there.
I remember somebody saying, dog. All right. I remember somebody saying like sand, and they did not mean a color like yellow or anything. So like everybody was around yellow or something, and then they're like, oh no, it was actually green or something on the other side of the board, so nobody was even close. I was like, what the, sand is like yellow or brown or something, but
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting.
Well, technically, nowadays you can have all types of colors of sand, but
Oh, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
but
I just think of like a beach.
yeah. All right, that's my 94 hues and cues.
All right, my number 94 was 34 last year. It dropped
Oh my goodness.
60 spots. And it is Magic the Gathering, the trading card game.
Interesting.
I don't think we've even played this game in over a year.
Yeah, it's
So-
been a long time.
I like to play it. I think it's actually a pretty fun game, but it's expensive if you want to actually get into it good, because you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars on just one deck of cards. And then on top of that, if you don't do that and you play against regulars, they're going to crush you all the time. So that's probably why it's a little lower on my list than it could be. But it is fun. Like if you kind of go to a pre-release or whatever, and everybody gets one deck or a couple booster packs to make a deck out of and stuff, then it's kind of fun to play. And I had really fun once. We played a 2-on-2 two-headed giant battle, and that was fun that day.
Yeah, that was fun.
We actually won a few of those games against people that play it all the time, so that was fun.
That
And,
actually, go ahead.
I don't know what I was saying.
Oh. That actually didn't make my top 100. Yeah, interesting. I didn't think it would make yours. Yeah, that one didn't actually even make my top 100, so I'm surprised it made yours. But
Yeah.
I think a reason why it didn't make mine is just, again, it's like battling. And like you said, I did have fun playing with you, but when we did...
On a team, but not against me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, on a team it's more fun anyways, I think. Because you can... All the different, like, colors or whatever, they, like, have different ways they play. Like, blue is to, like, do spells and stuff more, but she played with a green deck. I forgot what I had. So she had, like, these big, strong monsters and stuff, and I was doing something else. And I was just like trying to boost her to get her monsters out, and it worked out pretty good, whatever we did. But yep, that is my number 94, Magic the Gathering.
Okay. At number 93, I have, this is going to surprise you, Kanban.
Wow.
Did that one even make yours?
Nope.
Wow. This is, majority of these games I've either only just played once or a couple times, so that's why they're kind of at the bottom. It's been a long time since we played this one too. It's a pretty complicated game. When we were playing this game, I felt like majority of the time we weren't like trying to enjoy the game. We were more so trying to learn how to play the game, because it was there's just so many different aspects to it. I can't even honestly remember majority of it, but I don't even know who won.
I don't remember. All I know is before you get mad, we need to play the game again.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people love that game, and they're going to be like, what? It didn't make your list? It was my number 106. It was 42 last year. We haven't played it this year. So it has dropped a lot.
Yeah, we definitely need to try it again.
Yeah, I like worker placement. I think if I get to know the game, I'm going to like it a lot. It's just, it was rough trying to learn it. I blame it on the rule book. I think the rule book sucked. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah.
Yeah, that is my 93, Kanban.
So before I get into my 93, make sure that you smash the like button and subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for the other numbers. But if you have a top 100 to 91, you should put it in the comments below right now. Let us know. I would love to see what you guys have. But anyway, my number 93 is Bang, the card game. Which even surprises me. I did not think this would make my top 100. It is actually new. Wow, that is surprising. It must be barely new because it's been about a year since we played it. Brand new to my list this year. And on the game, you have a sheriff, and then you have deputies that are like trying to protect the sheriff, but it's a hidden role game. Like I said earlier, social deduction game. This one is better than Werewolf because I guess it still has player elimination actually, but it's faster. Werewolf can go forever. So, yeah, you can only shoot people next to you unless you get like a sniper rifle or something. I can't remember. Because everybody gets like one weapon and one card or something. And then you have a certain amount of life. The sheriff gets a little bit extra life, but everybody knows who they are already. So everybody knows who the sheriff is, but the sheriff doesn't know who anybody else is. Deputies are trying to protect the sheriff, and outlaws are trying to kill the sheriff to win. And then if you're playing with enough people, there's a renegade that's just random, and the only way he wins is if he kills everybody. And he's got to take out the outlaws before the sheriff, because if he takes out the sheriff first, the outlaws win. So it's really hard to win as the renegade. But that is my number 93, Bang.
Okay. At my number 92, I have 2 Brooms and a Boom.
Wow.
We've actually only played this a couple times, and it was at our local board game store. And you were the president both times we played it. That was pretty
And there was a lot of us. There was like 12 or 14 of us or something.
Yeah.
There's only one president, and I got the card both times we played. And yeah, the whole point of the game is, I think it's 3 rounds. You have 3 rounds, and you can like pull. Everybody has to switch one person from their side of the room to the other, and the president is trying to get the is it assassin, I guess, or terrorist or whatever they call it in that game, into the opposite room as them, and the terrorist team is assassin team is trying to get the bomber or whatever they call it into the same room as the president to win. And both times we got exploded on the last round too, which is insane.
Yep.
So yeah, that is an interesting game. It's pretty fun because there's a lot of arguing and like being scared and lying to each other and stuff, and I kind of like that. Another social deduction that I would say is better than Werewolf. Alright, my number 92 is new to my list this year, but it shouldn't be. I just forgot about it last year. I haven't played this in at least over a year, and I only played it 1 or 2 times on Tabletop Simulator, and it is Flashpoint Fire Rescue, and it's a game where you're cooperatively trying to save people from a burning building and put fires out and all that. I think you have to have a certain amount of people saved to win the game, but there's a chance that people can like burn up or something, or the fire can burn down the building, so you can lose multiple ways. It's kind of like Pandemic. And everybody gets one special thing, like you're either the chief or you're a guy that's good at shooting the fire hose or driving the truck or something like that. So everybody has like one stronger ability that they do. And yeah, that is my number 92, Flashpoint Fire Rescue.
That's like one of the games I want to try out that we haven't gotten yet, because I like more cooperative games, as you'll find out.
Yeah, so. It's just, I think it's a little bit outdated, which is why. It's because it's an older one. Maybe we'll like it, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, at my number 91, I have Betrayal House at the Hill.
No. We have to have bloopers.
At my number 91, I have Betrayal at House on the Hill. This is another game that we got like pretty early on when we were first getting games, and it's been quite a bit since we've played this game. We played it well, maybe not quite a bit, but a little.
Probably about 6 times.
Yeah, like pretty frequently. We really enjoyed the aspect of where you're starting a room and then you're going to different rooms and discovering it. The biggest downfall, though, to this game was once you do discover the rooms and you find out who the bad guy is and all things, they have to like take the whole like book, go to a separate room, and then come back and then do the rest of the game. And I think just depending on who you're playing with, and if that person ends up being somebody that's like even newer to the game, like even when we were it just made it like super hard to like help them talking through the game, because it's just hard to understand what was really going on. So yeah. Anything else to add?
If you hate rule books, you're going to hate that game, because you have to read it every time, because there's a new haunt well, not every time, but usually there's a new haunt. Some of them are good, some of them are terrible. Like, I think instead of putting 30 or 50 or however many they put, they should have only did like half the good ones, because some of them are terrible. Some of them are unbalanced. Yeah, I don't like the game anymore. The only thing I like is the going into a new room and discovering it, flipping over a tile and seeing what's in it, but that's like the only part. I have more fun before the haunt, and I think the whole game is supposed to be killing the bad guy or killing the people if you are the bad guy, and I don't like that aspect of the game.
Yeah. So that was my number 91, Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Sweet. Last but not least, my number 91 is brand new to my list this year, and this is a brand new game that's not even out yet. I don't think. It might barely be. I think it just came out, and it is Fuse Countdown, and we got this. Yeah, we got to play this because the people from the board game store brought it from a convention, but I don't think it's like very much in print yet. Maybe it is. Very new, whatever. And that game, you are trying to defuse bombs with your dice, and you roll dice, and then everybody has to grab one real quick and do it, because you're being timed. You have 10 minutes to do like a ton of them, and it gets hard, because if you grab a dice that you can't put, then you get a bad card that you have to deal with too, and they can just stack on each other and stack on each other. So it gets hard. It's cooperative, but you're like screaming at each other, take the green one, take the green one, or something like that. Or I can take any of them. Just grab one. Or you can only put the green one. So right when somebody rolls it, you're like, ah, and they're like, no, why'd you take it? So like crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. So like he was saying, when you take a dice that you can't play, you get the bad card, and that bad card, I think it's called a spark card. And you have to like get rid of that card first before you can even go back to the cards that you're already trying to accomplish. So it's just chaos.
Yeah.
And you have a literal timer that's like going, timing you. So that's a whole nother thing added to it too.
Not only that, it's also screaming at you too, because you put it's like an app on your phone, and you can hear the ding ding, and it's making you nervous, and if you choke under pressure, you're like and then like about every 30 seconds some robotic lady's like, hurry up, I'm dying, or something. And so it's like making you have a panic attack or something. But are you surprised that it's this low, or did you expect it to be in my top 100? I'm confused on that.
I'm actually surprised it's in your top 100.
I am too, actually. It barely made it, but I don't know.
It's there.
Yeah, it is there. Anyway, that is our first 10. Next video, we will do 90 through 81. Let us know what your 100 through 91 is. I will love to read those in the comments if you have that many games. If you don't have that many games, you can let me know your top 10. And what you think about these 20 games that we named off. Did we have any crossover? We did not.
20 games?
Yeah, because you did 10 and I did 10. We didn't have a single crossover, I don't think, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, these are all different games than what you said.
Really?
Yeah. So
interesting. I thought we would have had more. I think we're going to have more crossovers later on, because I haven't played near as many games as you have.
Well, and then games that you like, I don't really like, so I'm naming them now, or I don't like as much. And then games that I like, she doesn't like as much, so she's naming them now, and they'll be on my list later. But yeah, so we will go to the next video, and I should have a thing here to click on, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.